When it comes to showing an older gentleman that you're interested in him, it can sometimes feel tricky, especially if you're not sure how to approach the situation. You might be a bit hesitant, wondering if you're coming on too strong or if you're reading the signals correctly. But the truth is, showing interest is all about being genuine and confident while respecting boundaries. Let's walk through some practical, real-life examples of how to show interest in an older gentleman and how these little gestures can make a big difference. Be confident and authentic in your approach. Imagine you're at a local coffee shop, waiting in line to order. There's an older man standing next to you. Maybe you've noticed him before, or he's a new face. Instead of feeling nervous or uncertain, take a deep breath and remember, confidence is key. Men appreciate confidence. It's not about being perfect, it's about being authentic and comfortable with who you are. Let's say you catch his eye, and you smile. You don't need to overdo it. Just a small, friendly smile is enough. That shows you're open to a conversation without saying anything. If he smiles back, that's a good sign that he's open to talking. Now, let's say he initiates small talk. Maybe he asks you what you're having today or comments on the weather. Instead of just giving short answers, you can take this as an opportunity to engage. For example, you might respond, "I'm having the iced latte today. It's a bit of a treat. What about you? Do you always get the same thing?" You've just created a small opening for a conversation. In this situation, you're being genuine, and you're showing interest by responding in a way that opens up a potential dialogue. That simple interaction sets the tone that you're approachable and open to connection. Show genuine curiosity about his life and experiences. Older men often appreciate women who are curious about their lives, their experiences, and their stories. They've lived through a lot, and they love to share their wisdom. Let's say you're at a dinner party, and you're seated next to an older gentleman who seems quiet but approachable. Instead of staying silent or only talking about yourself, ask him about his past experiences. For example, "You seem to have such a calm presence. Have you always been this way, or is it something you've learned over the years?" Or you could ask, "What's one of your most memorable travel experiences?" These kinds of questions show that you're genuinely interested in his life and what he values. This isn't about grilling him or making him feel like an interview subject. It's about showing that you value his experiences. This will also give you a better sense of his personality and what he enjoys, which can help build a deeper connection. Use body language to show interest. Now, let's talk about body language. This is one of the most powerful ways to show someone you're interested in them without saying a word. Imagine you're out for a walk in the park, and you run into a gentleman who's walking his dog. You strike up a conversation about the dogs, and while you're chatting, notice your body language. Are you standing straight with your arms crossed, or are you leaning slightly in towards him, maintaining eye contact and keeping your posture open? Let's say you're having this conversation, and you feel drawn to him. As you talk, you might lightly touch his arm while laughing at something he says. This simple, gentle touch sends a signal that you're comfortable with him and interested. Just be mindful of how he responds. If he seems comfortable, that's a great sign. Also, maintaining good eye contact is key. When you look someone in the eyes, it shows you're engaged and paying attention. But don't stare. Keep it natural and make sure you're still smiling or nodding as he talks. Compliment him, but be specific and sincere. When it comes to complimenting an older gentleman, it's important to be sincere and specific. Instead of saying something like, "You look good," try a more personalized compliment. For example, I love how you talk about your work. It's clear that you really care about what you do. This type of compliment acknowledges something deeper than just appearance. It highlights his passions or qualities that matter to him. Let's say you're at a social event, and you notice that he has a great sense of style. Instead of just saying, "You look great," try saying, "I really like your taste in clothes. You have such a timeless style." This shows you're paying attention to details and not just focusing on surface-level things. Compliments can also focus on his character. If you've seen him being kind or thoughtful, you can acknowledge that. For example, "I noticed how you helped that woman with her bags earlier." It's rare to see people be so considerate these days. Compliments like these show that you appreciate who he is as a person. Subtle physical touches can signal your interest. If you're feeling comfortable around him and there's mutual interest, subtle physical touches can be a great way to show that you care. Now, don't go overboard, but simple gestures like a soft touch on the arm when you're making a point during a conversation, or a gentle pat on the back when you're both laughing at something funny, can show that you're connecting. Let's say you're at a movie and you're sitting next to him. If you accidentally brush his hand while reaching for your popcorn, this small, casual touch can serve as a gentle signal that you're open to more physical closeness. Of course, it's all about reading the situation. If he seems receptive, you can continue. If not, back off and give him space. Share something personal about yourself. You don't need to overshare, but opening up about your own experiences and passions can help him feel more comfortable and connected to you. Let's say you're having coffee, and he mentions that he enjoys hiking. You could say, "I used to go on hiking trips with my friends years ago, and it's something I've been thinking about doing again." There's something so peaceful about it. This isn't about making the conversation all about you. It's about sharing a piece of yourself that might resonate with him. It helps create a deeper bond because you're both giving something personal to the conversation. It's like inviting him into your world just a little bit. Be patient and respectful of his space. Patience is key. Older gentlemen may not always be as quick to open up or pursue a romantic connection. If you've been showing interest and you're not seeing immediate results, don't worry. Relationships take time, and sometimes men need a little extra space to feel comfortable. Let's say you've been having some good conversations with a gentleman, but he hasn't yet asked you out. Don't rush him. Give him time to feel comfortable. Keep showing interest through your words and actions, but don't pressure him. The right person will take their time and make sure the connection feels right before moving forward. Don't be afraid to make the first move. In today's world, women don't have to wait for the man to make the first move. If you've been showing interest and feel like you're both on the same page, there's no harm in initiating things. It could be as simple as inviting him to join you for coffee or suggesting a casual outing. If he's interested, he'll likely be receptive to your suggestion. If not, at least you've been upfront about your feelings. For example, you might say, "I've really enjoyed our chats. How about we grab a coffee sometime this week?" A simple, no-pressure invitation can open the door to more. These steps aren't about grand gestures. They're about being genuine, respectful, and confident in showing your interest. When you connect with someone on a deeper level, everything falls into place naturally. Just remember to be patient and let things develop at their own pace. You've got this. When you're open, confident, and kind, you'll make a great impression. And who knows where it could lead?